Hey crew, welcome back to the workshop. Artisan Pirate here, and in today's fun discussion style video we are going to be talking about the TOOCAA laser engraver. Now you guys know for the past 5, 6, 7 months we have been using the TOOCAA 20 watt diode laser engraver for a lot of beautiful and creative designs, and I've actually made some and brought them to life visually over here on the platform. But I'm happy to announce that through TOOCAA I now have the 40 watt upgrade kit for the TOOCAA laser engraver, and I've already got it installed. Before I go any further in this video, I'm not going to be making any kind of project. I'm just going to be talking about what I want to do with this upgrade kit in today's video and show you some of the tests that I'm very happy with what a 40 watt laser head can do. So I don't want to draw it out too long and bore you guys, but the 40 watt head came to me. Again, thank you TOOCAA for going above and beyond, and it was a very straightforward process to swap that head out. It's bigger than the 20 watt head, so please be aware of that, but it was just 2 screws I had to take out and unplug the plug, take the 20 watt head off, slide the 40 watt in, hook it up with the 2 screws and the adapter, and I was ready to go. And I've done several tests that I'm getting ready to show you, but you guys know I love using the 1/4 inch material, and here at the time of this video's recording is a laser cut portrait. It was meant to be a scroll saw pattern. You guys know I'm primarily known for scroll saw woodworking, as displayed by the scroll saw woodworking display wall behind me, but this was meant to be a scroll saw pattern. This Pirate Maiden here, you can see the pirate ship over on the coast, but this was laser cut on the 20 watt head, completely out of 1/4 inch material. I had got it dialed in to where it could laser cut through it cleanly and precisely. You can see on the back there's no blowout or charring or anything, so that just speaks for the quality of what the 20 watt laser head can do. And I've also been batching out keychains for church out of the scrap material. So here's one with the church logo on it, so it engraves very well too, does that 20 watt one. And again, this is the same 1/4 inch material as this Pirate Maiden portrait I just showed you guys. But as soon as I installed the 40 watt head, I was eager to get some tests done. But the 40 watt head came in this box. It was carefully packaged in a bigger box with foam all the way around it to protect it during the shipping process. And what I have in this box right now is just the 20 watt head that you are going to see. So here is the 20 watt version that I had used ever since I got the laser. That's what that laser came with, and you see the 20W on the side there, so you can see that I used it. It has a little bit of stuff built up there. I was constantly using this because I love being able to get it going and then be able to go over to the scroll saw or another tool out here in the workshop and be very, very productive. But the 40 watt head came with this, and as soon as I got it installed, I dialed in my custom laser cut test file that I designed in Lightburn. Lightburn is the screen you see lit up there behind me over on the laptop. Of course, you have to have the laptop to use the laser to send the files and everything to. But I've got a handful of test files I've done with it here, and again, I am very happy and very pleased with the results. I wanted to see how thick of a material I could laser cut through, and also different densities of material. That 1/4 inch material I've already showed you is very, very soft. It's very, very lightweight. You can actually take it and break it in your hands. So when I laser cut something like a delicate portrait like that I just showed you of the Pirate, I have to be very, very careful with it because they are fragile. But we've done a laser cut test out of some basic walnut. This is 1/4 inch walnut, and you can see there it went through 1/4 inch walnut in one individual pass. That's what that first square underneath it says, 1P, 2P, 3P, which indicates passes. So 1 pass to go around, 2 to try, and then 3 for a final attempt to laser cut through something. And you can see it laser cut through all 3 layers very well, and all 3 squares very well. So I knew for a fact it would go through with just 1 pass. And this is walnut. This is a harder and denser material than the 1/4 inch plywood I've already showed you guys. So I'm very happy with that and very happy with the results. And keep in mind, I did not run this machine wide open for any of the tests. I have not even dialed it up to 100% at the time of this video's recording. But then I tried some Purple Heart. Now Purple Heart is a very hard and dense material. You guys know earlier in the year we made the steampunk heart and scrolled it out over on the scroll saw. But here the laser cut through it. It almost went through it on 1 pass, as you can see there, but again, this is very dense material, but with 2 and 3 passes it laser cut through it precisely and cleanly and didn't leave any kind of charring on the reverse side. So very happy with that. And then I wanted to try, of course, I wanted to try the 1/4 inch plywood like the Pirate and the keychain was made out of, and it flew through this stuff here, so I know I could probably dial the powers back. And that's something I've really got to start learning now that I've went from 20 to 40 watt. We've had a 5 watt, we've had a 6 watt, a 7 watt, a 10 watt, a 20 watt, and now this 40 watt laser out here in the workshop, and I'm blessed by all of them that I have been able to play around with and learn on. But I wanted to try some construction grade plywood. Now, with the glues in this, be very aware, I'm about to show you here. I've done 2 laser tests on construction grade plywood that's a little bit thicker than a 1/4 inch, but keep it in mind if you're going to do plywoods over on your laser engraver, the glues, the density, and the stuff can ignite, so you have to keep a careful eye on the laser while it's running. Of course, this is a tool you never walk away from, and I always have on my safety UV goggles. Try to remind myself to wear them anytime I step over here, and the air filtration unit is always running up in the rafters of the workshop. But I tried to do something just a little bit more detailed out of some scrap construction grade plywood, and you can see here how it done the test file good. It wasn't that detailed, but then when I went to do some actually detailed work with it, it was actually, and you can see here these pieces here will actually just pop out relatively easy, but the glues in there did ignite. So again, this is something I'm going to have to play around with. And one good thing about the TOOCAA laser is it's billed as the world's safest laser engraver. As soon as this ignited, the machine sent off a buzzer, kind of like a fire alarm, so to speak, and it went like ee, 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 and it shut off, powered down completely. So I knew to get over here quickly and take this piece out and just keep an eye on everything. Again, be as safe as you can be in your garage or workshop. That's also why, if you can see it hanging right there, that white cylinder there is a fire extinguisher out here in the workshop. Always try to be as safe as possible. Now, getting back to the test, here is a piece of material, and this here is cherry, and it laser cut through cherry. Again, more harder and denser materials, so it's something good to have a file like this and just play around with it. And you can see that I've got 90% power, and it cut through 1/4 inch cherry with 1 pass. I believe that's cherry. But then we have a thicker piece here. You see how thick that is, and it cut through on 2 passes. It wanted to go through on 1 pass. You can see that line there where it almost broke through, but as you can also see, there's no charring on the back or anything, or not a lot of it. So really happy with how the test came out. And then I wanted to try some 1/2 inch cedar. Cedar is very soft material. It can also be very brittle if you cut out some delicate work with it, like I've done in the past for scroll saw projects. But we have this 1/2 inch piece of cedar, and again, it almost completely went through on 1 individual pass. It just 90% power. I could have probably bumped it up to 95 or 97% and it went through on 1 pass, but I really don't like to run the lasers wide open, you know, while I'm doing other stuff out here in the workshop. Now, if it's something small, of course, I'd be right here at it. But the test I am very, very happy with is this is pine material, and you guys know I love to use pine material to teach with visually over here on the platform, but I wanted to see how thick I could go, and this here is a little over 1/2 inch in thickness. It's not quite 3/4 inch thickness, but look at that. Now, it did take 3 passes to cut through it completely there. You can see it didn't even leave a mark on the back side with 1 pass, but on 2 it almost broke through. Again, I could bump it up a little bit with the power and the speed and everything, but you can see on 3 passes it did. So this opens a whole world of possibilities for maybe 3D projects over at the laser. And what I mean by that is I could cut some pieces out of thicker material and also thinner material and then shape them and put them together like a puzzle. So kind of like segmentation or intarsia over at the scroll saw. You can see here how we cut everything out of just 1 pine board, but think of just using different exotics and hardwoods and breaking the pattern up in the Lightburn software and then cutting them out of different thicknesses of material and then lightly sanding or shaping them to give them a 3D effect and then gluing it all together to make up something like this old scroll saw project video here of a lighthouse. This is a Steve Good scroll saw pattern for those curious, and I made this from start to finish in a previous video. Or if I can find it right here, yes, we have the some older projects. It's a Halloween project using different materials. That lighthouse was made entirely out of pine over at the scroll saw, but here's one made out of different materials. You have ambrosia maple, walnut, and yellow pine with a backer board on it, but you can see there how with the different thicknesses of the material it gives it a nice 3D appearance. So again, that just opens the realm of possibility for laser cutting stuff out of different thicknesses of materials and getting that raised and lowered effect for depth and dimension and 3D appearances in some projects. So I'm very eager to try those. I don't know how quick I will get into that because, again, as always, scroll saw woodworking is the main primary focus of the channel, but I'm happy and thankful to have this 40-watt upgrade, and I have a lot to learn behind the scenes because I've got a little notebook. You guys know I constantly write down stuff and settings and all, so I have a notebook here with all of the settings for the 20-watt version. Now that we have 40 watts, I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board, so to speak, and find out what will be the best settings for engraving and cutting. I know that that laser there, without a shadow of a doubt, will simply fly through 3mm craft plywood, and I could probably go at a quicker speed. The speed that I use 9 times out of 10 for laser cutting, well, at least on the 20-watt version, was 300, and you know, I tried to do about 89 to 93% power. Again, I don't like to run them wide open, and TOOCAA went above and beyond, and they sent me a bulk pack of the 3mm craft plywood to try some new projects over here on the 40-watt laser. But if you guys want to continue seeing laser content, please let me know down in the comments below. I will do it if you guys want to continue seeing it, and I'd love to make some more and creative designs just to show off how versatile a laser can be out in a garage or a workshop. And if you're looking for a laser, I would highly recommend the TOOCAA brand because they have the beautiful safety enclosure, they have phenomenal dust extraction, and they are just bar none when it comes to laser engraving. Just top of the line, and the customer service is phenomenal. But really, really cool. That's all I really want to jump on here and chat about in today's video. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you happen to be new to the channel, please click that subscribe button and follow me across all my social media feeds under the Artisan Pirate name. As always, links to contact me as well as all my social media feeds will always be linked down in the description box below these videos. That's about all for this one. And remember, guys, if I can make it or do it, so can you guys. I'm the Artisan Pirate. Take care, and I'll see you guys real soon.